Hello and welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie with my good friend and guest, Buddy Puckett. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Living the Holistic Lifestyle, the Master Connector Show, and the Seattle School of Chen. For more information on Living the Holistic Lifestyle with Karen Pascal and Joan Williams, go to livingtheholisticlifestyle.bodyminandsoul.com. For more information on the Master Connector Show, go to masterconnector.show. And finally, for more information on the Seattle School of Chen Style Taijai Chuan, go to seattlechentaijai.com. Good morning. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Yes, it is morning where I am, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I don't know what time it is where you are, but I am blessed every morning. I tell you, I love the morning. It just gets me fired up. Even when crazy things happen. I'm out taking my walk with my dog this morning, and the Republic garbage truck that picks up our garbage caught on fire, and it was exploding in the middle of the street. A little bit of excitement, like fireworks here in late July, but he was okay. The garbage man was fine, and the fire department came. It was wonderful, but my dog and I definitely had some entertainment, not happy entertainment, but definitely some action on our walk. But you never know what's going to happen. But in spite of that man, I talked to him, kept a really good attitude. He just calmly took care of what he needed to do, called 911, was keeping a positive perspective on the situation. I could tell based on our conversation. Also had a neighbor come running out with a fire extinguisher trying to help, just bringing people together. We are better together, even in tragic and trying times. When we come together, we make things better. And today's newsletter on LinkedIn, if you have not subscribed to that, you got to subscribe to my newsletter on LinkedIn. But First Coffee is the name of the newsletter, and it comes out every Monday, and it is just a little bit of encouragement for you, and I would love for you to be part of that. Also, if you want to be part of my encouraging morning emails and you want to get some free information, a free download, go to russhedge.com today, and you can actually get a free PDF on how to transform your business in 3 simple steps. And I'm telling you, it'll help you. And you just go to russhedge.com and you click on the 3 steps link, and it will send that to you. And here it is, russhedge.com. That's how you get to me. I love to connect. This show is all about connection. And here on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, we're here every Monday and Thursday for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. After our live, we go live. It's so much fun because you can engage live with me on the show, and I love that. But then guess what? It gets even better. It sits on the platforms we broadcast on, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, for Infinity and beyond. That's right. Forever. Forever. And so you can go back and you can share that and you can just help and encourage your friends. Also, it then converts to, it's not done yet, audio podcast. If you like iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, let's say you don't have time to sit and watch, it's okay. We live busy lives. I understand that. You can listen while you're driving, walking, jogging, whatever, to Marketing with Russ or any of my live streams. So that is a real plus for you, and that is available on all of your platforms like iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, like I said, all of those, it's there for you. So anyway, but this show, like I said, is all about connection. I love for you to connect with me, but I have amazing people that come on and show you how they connect. It's all about how amazing people connect. Some people say to me, well, what does connection really have to do with marketing? Well, pretty much everything, because connection and community building is the foundation of a good marketing plan and a good business. That's what I think. That is my opinion, because without people, you don't have a business. Like Zig Ziglar said, you build the people and then the people build your business. You need people, no matter if you're selling a service or a product, whatever, or you're involved in a nonprofit, a ministry, whatever that is, you need people. You need people and they need you. We are better together. I'm telling you. So that's what this is all about. Please connect with me. Back to russhedge.com. You can click that connect button right on the top of the page. Please connect with me. You can Zoom with me. I would love to get to know you. You'll put a time right on my calendar, or you go to social media or any of the things. It's got my email, phone number, whatever is best for you. Whatever is best for you. And so love for you to do that. Also, if you would please subscribe to our YouTube page. Okay. It's really starting to grow. I'm really excited about our YouTube page because we've got so much great content with all of the live streams, but also guess what? You don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. There's some great pet videos with my dog, Maddie, my trusty beagle, and my cat and me. And we give you little nuggets of encouragement every morning, sometimes in the evening too, on shorts, YouTube shorts. So much fun, easy, short, easy to get to. And I'm telling you, Maddie and Maisie, my dog and cat, are more popular than I am. So anyway, you got to check that out. But there's all the live streams on there. So please subscribe. This is how you do it. You ready? Okay, so open another tab on your screen right now. Go over, open another tab, type in marketingwithruss.live. There you go, marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, you know how to get there. If you know my name, you know how to get to my website. I keep it really, really simple because I am a simple-minded guy here for you, not to complicate or overcomplicate life. Also, would love it if you would be so kind. It would be a blessing to me if you'd share this morning. Share this out with friends. Tell them we're on. Tell them Buddy's coming. Buddy Puckett is amazing, everybody. I'm telling you, he is an amazing man, a good friend of mine. I can't wait to get him in here. Also, tag your friends. Just share, tag, do whatever works good for you. That would be so great. Okay, so I want to tell you, as I'm adjusting my background here, we're going to adjust the camera on the fly because we are live. There we go. And I'm going to tell you that you want to pick up your copy of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose if you haven't got it yet. How do you do that? I'll bet you can go to russhedge.com, buy book now. There you go. You can get that or any of my books. I have written 4 collaborative books on top of that in the last 10 months. And then I'm in the midst of my follow-up to Befuddled. Shh, don't tell everybody. It's called Life Happens and Then You Choose. It's right. Life happens and then you choose. So working on that. But right now you can get all the books that have been published, or you can just go to Amazon or any online booksellers. There's a lot of places to get it. If you're local in Oregon, you can even go to some bookstores and pick it up. All right. So I think we've just about got everything there. I do want to do the last thing. We do the marketing tip of the day every Monday and Thursday. This, after the show, gets cut out and put out separately. It's on YouTube Shorts. It's on social media. It is there just in a snippet to encourage you, to inspire you, to help you with your marketing and your business, right? By helping you personally. So we do that, and you can share that and you can just pick that up later. So here we go. Are you ready? We're going to do it. This is your marketing tip of the day. What is the marketing tip of the day? Well, the marketing tip of the day is be joyful. Be joyful. That's right. Happy people attract happy people. And so if you want to work with people that are enjoying life, that have the joy of the Lord in their life. If you want to work with people that are just shining bright in all that they do and achieving great things, then just be joyful. Because, I tell you, nobody really wants to be around a big downer. I'm just going to be honest. If you have a negative attitude and you're just really kind of pulling people down, people don't really want to be around that. That is not going to help your business. But when you are joyful, it is infectious. It is contagious. People want to be around you. So remember, happy people attract happy people. And you know what? Just start right off the bat in the morning like me. And just remember, today is a good day to have a good day. All right. There you go. That is your marketing tip of the day. All right. So I know those seem really simple, but you know what? It is so true. People need to think about how they are projecting themselves to others. And so with that, we're going to get Buddy in the room, get this thing started. Here he is, Mr. Buddy Puckett. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, good morning, Russ. Here's the coffee. You said, but first coffee. So here we are.
That's right. I just got my newest. I turned 60 years young.
Yeah.
I went to Kona Joe's in Kona, and I had a cup that I had given my dad. And then when he passed away, when he went to heaven, I kept that cup. And so it meant a lot to me. And one day I dropped it and broke it. And it was kind of, I know it sounds kind of minor, but it was meaningful to me. And so we went back to Kona Joe's and I got a new cup, just like the one that I had before. And so I just think of my dad and what a blessing and a hero he was to me.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. You just turned 60. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, it's shocking. When I think about that, I think there's no way I could be 60, but I am, and I'm loving every minute of it, right? I'm just going to love life and praise God every day. So, and I'm so thankful for you, Buddy. Let's just start off with a little bit about Buddy. Who is Buddy and what are you up to?
Who is Buddy? I think, I had a recent little podcast as well, but yeah, the question, who is Buddy? It's taken a while to figure that out, to be honest with you. Because sometimes I think we know who we are, but it takes a while to unpack. Who is Buddy? Well, I once thought I was a mortgage guy, and that was my identity. Then life happens, and you realize there's more to life than just working. So I realized what's most important is really my faith. I'm a husband. I'm a father. So what I am and is different than what I do. So what I am is, a child of God and again, husband, father, and those are the things I'm really proud of. What I do is I serve people in the mortgage community, helping them buy or sell homes, give them financial advice. I'm a jack of all trades, though. I like to golf. You see my guitar in the background. I've been trying to work out the guitar thing for a while. I'm not any good yet, but one day maybe I'll be good. So yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. I can do a lot of things. Okay. So yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah. I love that because, God has given you a lot of talents and abilities, and I think you've embraced a lot of great stuff. And I think that, when you are passionate about things, I know you're really passionate about God. You're really passionate about people and all that you do. And that means a lot to me because I want to surround myself with amazing people like you. And so give us a little story. You were on the Experience Local Live with Russ and Scott. We talked a little bit about this, but give us a story about how you really got into the mortgage business, because that wasn't really where you were headed to begin with, I think. And so give us a little story about that.
Yeah. So I was the first person in my family to go to college. So I did get a college degree, but I didn't do anything with it for like 7 years. So after college, I just continued doing blue collar work. I worked at Les Schwab. I was a tire guy. But after a total of 11 years, because during college and after college at Les Schwab, I'm like, the question I kept asking myself is this really all there is? So I would be helping these guys walk in with, suit and tie on. I'm like, they're clean, I'm dirty. And I just decided one day I wanted to do something different. And unfortunately, college doesn't teach you about sales. They teach you about getting a job, and that's fine. But there's no such thing as a mortgage career at college that you could go study. or even real estate for that matter. So anyway, I answered an ad, jumped into the mortgage business. I didn't even know how to spell mortgage. And and then 26 years later, I started in 1998, and 26 years later, it's provided well for my family. My wife has been a stay-at-home mom for 27 years. Obviously our girls are moved out, but yeah, we had the blessing of keeping my wife home full time. So there you go.
That alone is a blessing, because I can tell you that I had a similar situation when I don't know how old were my kids? They were pretty small. They were just starting school, and my father-in-law started a business years ago.
Yeah.
And it called Greer Brothers. It's a landscape and tree service business. And I can tell you that my goal was not to go into landscaping and tree service, but they really needed a sales and marketing guy, because that wasn't their thing. And they really needed help with that. And it gave me the opportunity to stick around in Salem, because it was right in the town that I live with, 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So it enabled me to be there for all my kids' things. It also enabled my wife to stay home with the kids and all of those things. And so a lot of times, but I enjoyed the job. Because I love people. And of course I was doing marketing and sales. And so I really enjoyed that. But a lot of times we get into industries that weren't necessarily the direction we're heading, but God kind of directs us that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so important, to be listening and focused on what's really important to you and what God allows you to, the tools he gives you to do that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more. There's another thing that I love that you do that I want to talk more about, and that is the mentoring.
Yeah.
Because you're all about people. And, we all talk about everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs somebody in their life that has that outside perspective, that helps you with your blind spot, that helps you on your spiritual journey, that helps you with whatever your job journey. Right. So talk a little bit about your mentoring and Valor Mentoring.
Yeah. So, I got married when I was 23 to my wife, and I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have accountability. I didn't have a coach. I didn't even know what that was. That wasn't maybe a thing back in those days. But as I progressed forward, started the mortgage business when I was 28. So I've been married now for 5 years, and I needed to learn some stuff. So I started getting into coaching a little bit. I dabbled with it, but I would say probably 5 years ago, before COVID started, I dove way into coaching and mentoring. I'd been mentoring the whole time as well. So I guess coaching and mentoring is the free version of coaching, right?
Uh-huh.
So I started mentoring really 25 years ago. I would meet with guys early morning over coffee in Salem, and that just continued. I really have enjoyed those early mornings. Like you go out for a walk. I typically get up, do prayer time, my Bible study, and I'm somewhere probably having coffee with somebody. On Monday mornings, I'll just say it this way. My wife and I have a time from 7 to 8 a.m. that we have coffee. So, but yeah, I like to mentor, and I've been doing it really for 26 years. But I wouldn't say just me mentoring. I also get mentored. I also get coached. Guys like you, Russ. I hang around with guys like you, and I want to be impacted as well. If I show up and I'm the smartest guy at the table, my ego is way too big and I'm not willing to learn. That's not going to be a good thing for me. So I think the older I get, the more humility sets in, that I realize I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
There was a time in my life that I thought I had it all figured out. That was probably my mid to late 30s. But God has a way of humbling us too, and that's painful but good, right? So,
yep.
Mentoring is everything. I mean, without a mentor, we have something I learned from being at the church I've been at for the last 25 years. Russ, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
The thing that I learned was showing up changes everything. So, whether you go to church, whether you go to Bible study, whether you show up for coffee with Russ at 7 a.m., or 5 a.m., whatever, showing up changes everything. So I knew early on I had to show up for men, for them, but also for me. I needed to be accountable if I wanted to live a great life, to stay married, and to be a good businessman. So my life isn't perfect by any means, but I'll tell you, having accountability really does help. So
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think what you said a couple really great things. I'm going to talk about your morning routine, but I also want to say that we all really need life takes work. Relationships take work, marriage takes work. All of that
mhm,
are things we need to be working
yeah,
on, and we need to be honing ourselves because I, like you, when I came out of college, thought I was all that, thought I knew everything, thought I was great, and you get to this point where you're a little bit too much and realizing that you need God. And at that point, I did love the Lord and was serving God, but still getting a little off track with myself.
hmm,
And so that makes me think that it really makes a difference how you start your day, right?
and
It
wow,
really makes a difference how you start your day. And part of that is really, I'm like you. So, yes, my dog and I go for a walk. But the other thing that we do, which we actually do first, here's my Bible filled with way too
oh,
much stuff. And then my one of four journals that I have actually.
mm,
And I think that is so important because it gives me time. I take plenty of time in the morning. I wake up early and give myself plenty of time to process, to spend time with God, to journal, to read the word, to
yeah,
walk and exercise and do things in the morning. And then this afternoon, a few times a week, I spend time with my beautiful wife working out together as well. We go to a club here in town, the courthouse,
yeah,
and love that. And I think those things are important when you do them with important people too. So you start by giving yourself some time,
yeah,
but then it's developing and spending time on those relationships. I'm far from perfect with those
yeah,
things. I have so much to work on, but I think I love what you always come from such a great, strong foundation and a real thoughtful approach to everything that you're doing because you got to be intentional with life, right, buddy?
yeah. I spent a lot of years not being intentional and realizing, as I got older, now I'm mid 50s, 55, and man, where did the last 30 years go? I've been married to my wife for 32 years, and where did that time go? And was I really intentional that whole time? Was I really pouring into my wife? And um, could I be better? And the answer is always yes. So
Right.
being intentional, what does that look like? Even the last year, we started in the last 6 months, the Monday morning coffee. The first coffee of the week for me is with my wife on Monday morning, which is really cool. And so, yeah, you say that's a really big word when you say intentional. Like my morning routine used to not be, I get up whenever I feel like getting up, between 6 or 7 or 7:30 if I wanted to. And now I get up at 5 a.m. I spent a time last year for 6 months getting up at 4 a.m. And I did that for 6 months. I was very committed, but I wasn't functioning as well. I was just too tired. I go to bed at 10 or 10:30, get up at 4 a.m. It wasn't enough sleep for me. So I would say sleep is really important, but getting up early in the morning, early enough to, make sure you have your quiet time. Like you said, time in your word, time in the word, time in prayer, time to meditate, time to walk, exercise. It's everything. So once I figure out getting my morning routine right, it helps the rest of my day. If I don't have my morning routine right, the rest of my day is thrown off. So yeah, it's critical.
Well, and I couldn't agree with that more. And I love this is the thing that I love too about you. And I have tried to be better at this, and that is adapting your schedule, right?
Yeah.
So I become super habitual because I am not very organized. I'm not very detailed. And so I make habits to keep myself ordered and detailed.
Yeah.
So I kind of go overboard getting that stuff done. But as time goes on, it's hard for me to change my schedule, but I do try to do that. Like, it was, I don't know, probably when my kids were in college. It's been a lot of years ago now that we started. One of my kids, maybe they were in high school. They said, "Hey, Dad, let's pray to start the day."
Mm.
And I thought, "Hey, that's a great idea. Let's pray to start the day and pray to end the day." So we started doing that pretty much every day. Yeah, we pray to begin and pray to end. I always prayed with my beautiful wife. if the kids are around or if we're talking to them on the phone, we always pray. But it's just a matter of getting
Mm,
that mindset right first thing and creating those steps that you need to really be focused on what you want to do intentionally, because otherwise life just happens to you, right? Life
right.
is just happening and you get off track and you get unbalanced. You need God to keep you in balance, right?
That's right. Amen to that.
So tell me how, through your mentoring, obviously connection is so important to you. But in your business, I mean, you're always out there connecting and networking and doing things. How important is that into you? Why do you feel that way?
So you say that because I don't look at myself as a huge connector. I'm a one-on-one guy. I think I went to chamber a couple times 25 years ago. So I'm not really a group guy. I'm more of a one-on-one guy. But I will say the conviction is to impact people, you have to show up. And so even when I feel uncomfortable, I still do go. I'm involved in a networking group every week, uh, mini coffees every week, a Bible study on Wednesday every week, as long as I'm in town. I do a podcast on Fridays where I'm interviewing guys like you, Russ, that want to share your story. So yeah, I'm doing those things even though I feel uncomfortable doing it, if I'm being honest. Because if I'm not showing up, then I'm not impacting lives or I'm not being impacted. So if God has called me to impact people, and really specifically men more so, um, then I got to show up. So that's it's not because I really want to or I feel comfortable doing it, but I'm just convicted to do it. And so God convicted me a long time ago to show up, and so that's why I do it. Um, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally. But see, this is one thing that people sometimes have that same mindset that you did,
Yeah.
which is that you have to be in a group to connect and do this thing. You don't. You connect the way you connect, and you are a super great connector one on one because connection goes way beyond just networking and saying hi to
Mm,
people.
that's right.
Now, I love the fact that you step out of your comfort zone because I know a lot of introverts that have worked for me that have stepped out of their comfort zone, got into groups, and then once you get to know people, it gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
But they've gone out of the way, and then you take people, and then you get to that one-on-one step. That's really where true connection happens, right?
Yeah.
It does not happen by just waving at everybody and saying hi. True connection is really getting to know people.
Yeah, and I'd say to your point is you said, do it the way that works for you. Like, I think early on, it took me a long time to figure out I'm actually more introverted than I am extroverted. And so if I started comparing myself to guys like Russ, I might feel less than or like what's wrong with me. It took me a while to figure out I am introverted, more introverted than extroverted. And so I don't do things like maybe like Russ would. I can appreciate what Russ does, but I'm not Russ. And so, the art of comparison, comparison is the thief of joy. We've heard that before. I
Yep.
say the number one thing I had to do, and probably most people should do, or maybe they have done, is stop comparing themselves to somebody that they're not. Be authentically you. And I think when I live in the authentic of who I am, I have a lot more joy. If I try to live like somebody else, that is not joy. So that took a while for me to figure out, and I'm glad I figured it out. And I can say no to things I don't want to do. I say yes to things I want to do. I can say yes to things I know I need to be challenged on. And but the answer is one of my goals this year for personal and professional. I've got three of each, but really my favorite of all of the goals I have is say no to something every day because sometimes being a yes person, a yes guy on everything, you become watered down. You don't really become effective. And so, if I want to be effective or impactful, sometimes I have to say no to something maybe I kind of want to do, but I don't really want to do. And then my impact is less when I'm not fully in it. So if I say yes to something, I want to be all in, like what I'm doing right here with you, sharing life and truth and authenticity. I'm all in on that for
Yeah.
sure.
No, that's so awesome. Well, and that is true. Being completely present and all in
Yeah.
is so key in life. And I work on that all the time.
Hmm.
I'm really, and actually this show is a good live streaming is a good is a good thing to help you learn to do that, because you have to do certain things when you're producing the show and hosting the show at the same time.
Yeah.
Working on focusing and being present and listening while you're doing that is actually good, and it's also a good reminder that you shouldn't be doing a bunch of things when you're actually talking to somebody normally in life. And so I love that, buddy. I love the way that you connect, and I love the fact you said comparison. You do not want to do that. And everybody, I want to tell you, listen to Buddy today. Be the best you can
Mhm.
be. Be the best you can be. Live joyfully. Now, does that mean to be crazy outgoing like me? No, it means for you to live joyfully the way God has made you.
Yeah.
Be the best you can be, because that's what attracts people. Not trying to be Buddy, not trying to be Russ, not
Yeah.
trying to be somebody else. Be the best you can be. And that is so important. So, Buddy, as we wrap up here, because
Yeah.
we are out of time, I love talking to you so much. We've
Yeah.
already run out of time. So,
We're
so
gonna
I
grab coffee, so I can't wait for that.
yeah, well, yeah, I just want to remind everybody that this sits on the platform. So if you miss part of it, you need to go back and watch. And also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at marketingwithruss.live, because you can go back and catch what you missed today if you just popped in. But, buddy, give everybody your gold nugget of the day, and then remind them how they can get in touch with you, because I know people want to get in touch with you. I put up your email, it's
Yeah.
ticking along the bottom. Also, we put up your LinkedIn page, but we'll let you do that after. But go ahead, gold nugget, and then how you get in touch with you.
Yeah. I think you really said the gold nugget is that living intentionally and having joy in what you do on a daily basis. Remembering what you do for a living is not who you are, it's what you do. Who you
Right.
are is when no one else is watching, and that's your character, that's your integrity. So that's more important. That's what God sees. And so that's the one thing that took me a while to figure out, but it's who you are when no one else is watching. So
Yeah,
go be the best you can be, and don't be anybody else, because there's nobody else like you. That would be my gold nugget for the day.
that's right. And then remind everybody how they get in touch with you.
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of me, honestly, is my email is B Puckett at guildmortgage.net. Phone number, if you want to text or call me, that's totally acceptable to me. 503-851-8031. Again, you can call or text, send me a video. I love video, so fire away, man.
That is so awesome. That's so awesome. Well, we put up some information there about you as well.
Yeah.
And everybody can just tune in, whatever works best for them. But, buddy, I just want to tell you how much you mean to me, and how much I appreciate you. And we got a couple other people tuning in here. Uh, my good friend Chris Haley, he is
Chris
a
Haley. What's up, Chris?
pastor. You
Yeah.
know Chris, and he's a
You.
pastor at our church at Family Life here in Salem. And so he is such a blessing. And April, she's been a blessing. She's been on a couple of the shows. This morning, we've had some great friends. CJ, Dr. Constance Leland's been on. She's been going on, giving us all kinds of little nuggets this morning. And we had Michael Holt join us. I know there's more, but just want to say thank you to everybody for joining. I want to do a special thanks to our sponsors again for today too. And Buddy, thank you for all your support to our live streams. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you to wrap the show up, but hang tight in the green room, because I want to talk to you after. We got to schedule coffee.
That's right. Love it. Thank you, Russ. Really appreciate what you're doing, man.
You bet. You too, buddy. See you in a sec. Hey, everybody. Well, listen, there we go. I'm telling you, it's been amazing again. And this is Marketing with Russ, AKA hashtag Russ Selfie. If you haven't figured that out yet, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. Not only does it broadcast on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, it stays on there forever. Afterwards, it becomes just a video podcast. Then we convert it to an audio podcast. If you don't have time to watch, you can listen on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. And just want to say thank you to all of you. Without people, we would have no show. And so I want to tell you, listen, if you did not get a chance to watch live and you're watching on replay, please put hashtag team replay. And please, all of you that are watching, please tell everybody, all of your friends, share it out and say, please catch this on replay. Buddy's amazing. And I know that they will enjoy it. So with that, I just want to say thanks to everybody. It's been a blessed show. We'll be here again on Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your, again, viewing and listening pleasure. And until then, just want to pray you all have a blessed day and a blessed life. See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.